An appreciation celebration was held at Caesars Windsor to remember the lives and efforts of those who dedicated their lives to finding a cure for HIV/AIDS. The night included a silent auction, extraordinary entertainment, antiques and collectibles, as well as some of the famous AIDS memorial quilts, which were displayed on the wall in the Augustus Ballroom. The event was hosted by the AIDS Committee of Windsor, which was sponsored by the AM 800, Windsor Star, University of Windsor, Windsor's Family Credit Union, as well as Caesars Windsor. As the evening went on, a short film was presented to the guests attending. It showed several testimonies of those who had died of HIV/AIDS and those still living with the disease. One testimony examined the stigma that was still weighing heavily over the heads of those suffering with the disease. Mike Hamilton is the Vice President of AIDS Committee of Windsor. He was diagnosed with HIV/AIDS almost 25 years ago. His fight to stay alive is still a struggle. Due to the drugs he is taking to control the AIDS virus, Hamilton now has a compromised liver because he has developed chemical hepatitis.
My role has changed over the years because I was diagnosed back in 1985, so I've had HIV for a long time, but I've also lived in a committed relationship for a long time. So my circumstances in the dating world are, really small because I have a partner, full-time partner. But the reality is that it's still a big problem, and now as I'm 25 years later, it's just like all of a sudden I'm looking at being 60 years old and having HIV. We don't know what that looks like. I've had HIV now for 25 years. We don't know what that looks like. We don't know what HIV medications does to people over a 25-year period. I now have a compromised liver because I'm developing chemical hepatitis because the HIV medications are so toxic that there is long-term toxicity effects. So there's so many things that we're still figuring out. There's definitely a point at which I feel like I'm living at the thin edge of the wedge. Everything I do is breaking new ground.
During the evening, there was a silent auction to help raise funds to put towards enhancing the program and services being offered to the Windsor, Essex, and Chatham-Kent communities. Julie Ledbetter is the president of the AIDS Committee and is eager to begin the appreciation celebration.
We're here to honor those who are living with HIV and AIDS, and of course to remember those we've lost.
Michelle Sharp is the executive director of the AIDS Committee. She is proud to stand beside those who are helping educate the public about the HIV/AIDS. The AIDS Committee hopes that their message will become clear, that HIV is no longer a gay man's disease, but rather a human virus. For Mediaplex News Now, I'm Yolanda Brown.